Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be making some roasted barbecue chicken. Now I'm using the leg and thigh for this recipe. I have quite a few pieces here, nicely washed and clean. And now we're gonna season it. Now I'm not gonna be baking this or roasting this until later this evening. So this chicken basically is gonna be soaking for about 6-7 hours. If you attempt this recipe, you don't have to soak it for that long. I'm just doing it early in the morning, so it makes sense to me to season it now and just let it sit. Okay? We're gonna get into the seasoning process. So here I have my green seasoning. Now this green seasoning consists of a lot of ingredients in it already. I don't have a green seasoning recipe as yet, but at some point I'm gonna do one. For you guys that attempting this recipe, this may not be as necessary for you guys. You could use all the other spices, but you don't have to put the green seasoning. I just put green seasoning in everything because it really does help your flavor and stuff, okay? So I have here some lemon juice. I already washed the chicken with lemon juice and vinegar, but I'm still gonna put a little bit of lemon juice on there. I have some fresh thyme that I'm gonna use as well. I have some oil. It's olive oil. I'm gonna put a little bit on here. It helps the seasoning to soak into the chicken really well. I have some ginger powder, some garlic powder. I have paprika, some all-purpose seasoning, some black pepper, some garlic powder, some pepper flakes, and some cumin. This is what I'm gonna use to season the chicken to get it ready before we do anything barbecue. Okay, there's a different way that I do mix the barbecue sauce. I'm going to show you that as well, but let's just get into the seasoning process. Okay, so first I'm going to add a little bit of oil to this chicken. I'm going to add my green seasoning, lemon juice, and then I'm going to put the thyme. Now, you don't have to pull the leaves off the stem for the thyme. I'm just going to pulling off some of the leaves, but I'm also going to drop the stems in here. Okay, so it's going to help the chicken soak nicely. Okay, now before I put the seasoning, I'm going to just mix this up. This is just to make sure that the chicken is coated well with the oil and everything. Okay. See how this already looks nice? Okay, so now we're gonna put the rest of the spices. And we're going to mix this in to make sure the chicken is well coated with everything that you just add here. Notice that I didn't use any salt because some of these spices have a lot of salt in them. So I don't want to add more salt. If when I'm finished I need salt, that's when I'm going to add it. Otherwise, I'm not going to add any salt to this. We're just making sure all the legs and thighs are nicely coated. Okay. And now, of course, we're going to clean around this bowl and cover it and let it sit until you're ready to bake it. Okay? All right. So after you've covered the chicken and put that away, now you're gonna make your barbecue sauce. So what you're gonna need for that, you're gonna need some barbecue sauce of choice. Everybody use different barbecue sauce. I have this one that I got from Costco. I have some ketchup, and I have here some brown sugar rub. You can also use brown sugar. I'm gonna actually use a little bit of both. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the barbecue sauce here to this bowl. You can be generous with the amount that you want to add. Then I'm gonna add some ketchup. Then I'm gonna add some brown sugar rub. Then I'm also gonna add a little bit of brown sugar. This is just to help take some of that acidy taste away and give it that nice, not a sweet taste, but a really good taste. It's between sweet and tangy, you know, that tangy taste. I don't know what word you're gonna use for that, but and then you're gonna mix it together. You just want to make sure everything is mixed together. You don't have to melt the sugar and everything completely, because when you put this on the chicken and put it back into the oven, the heat is gonna do that for you. So you just give it a good mix. And once this is mixed up well, you're gonna put this away as well, because when you're roasting the chicken, once the chicken is almost done, this is the rub you're gonna use to put on the chicken to give it that nice, delicious barbecue flavor. Okay? All right, guys. Oh, how the time have flied. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're panning this up and we're gonna bake it at 375 for 1 hour. And then we're gonna come back and check it to make sure it's at least almost done before we put our barbecue on it, okay? Don't this look real good? All right, I have 10 pieces. We're gonna bake this and then we'll get back to it. All right, guys, exactly 1 hour has passed and this is our chicken. This is what it looks like. So what we're gonna do is use our brush and apply the barbecue sauce on all of the chicken, and then we're gonna put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes. Now the liquid that the chicken have created, I'm not gonna remove that. I'm just gonna let everything just soak in, so it keeps the chicken nice, juicy, and moist. Now I'm gonna be really generous with this barbecue sauce. And you don't have to worry too much about the other side of the chicken. Only if you want to flip the chicken and turn it over. because all this goodness is gonna, once you put it back into the oven, is gonna really get on all sides of the chicken. Again, you can flip it over and put some on it. I wasn't gonna do that, but now I am going to, just because I have a lot of the barbecue sauce. So let me get a thumb to flip it over. You're gonna flip this over. And guys, once you give it another 15 minutes, this is gonna be done. The other side is not as brown as the first side, because of course that side was up to the heat. But once you put this on there, once you put this back into the heat, you're really gonna have some really good, delicious chicken. I'm just doing this to make sure I use all the sauce and I don't have any left over. All right, that's it. So now we're gonna put it back in the oven for another 15 minutes, and by the time it comes out, everything is gonna be ready for your plate. All right, guys, the chicken is done. Hope you enjoy this recipe. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And leave me your comments so I know how you feel about this chicken. Both sides are nicely cooked. And that's it, guys. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.